At Buddy Brown's ranch, nestled deep in Mississippi, we don't do fancy here. We tell the truth from the woods, like it should be.
What's going on, y'all? Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're doing good. If you're like me, this time of year, you just don't give a damn about politics anymore. I know there's a lot of stuff going on around the world. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of moving pieces, but I just don't care, man. I want to be entertained. And I wanted to make the kind of video that I really would have soaked up like crazy about 10 years ago. I wanted to make that kind of video, and it's not just for men, it's for everybody, but it's the mindset going into Christmas, okay? Now, I've turned my attention to the reason for the season, obviously, which is Jesus, but family time and friends and hobbies I've neglected start to just eat at my soul, and I'm sitting there going, man, I have not connected those things that make me feel alive. Now, of course, down here in Mississippi, we're at the height of whitetail season right now, and I don't know a single man at this point who has not cleared out of Jackson and headed up to deer camp. Now, Christmas is obviously about Jesus, but this video is more about Christmas the holiday. Now, Christmas the holiday brings out everybody's soul, right? I mean, so if you're struggling, it's definitely an escape for a few days to just try to put that aside. If you're a dreamer, it's a good time to sit around the fire and just dream with your brother-in-law, talking about the things you want to accomplish next year. Unfortunately, if you've got a family member that's really controlling, that's going to bring that out 10 times worse. Now, Christmas time brings on a lot of pressure, so keep your wife happy. Look, mama needs to be happy. Number one, don't piss off mama. She's been working for, 3-4 weeks just to get everything perfect. I personally try my very best as a man to stay busy. Now, I'm hosting this time. We're actually got my sister, my brother-in-law, their 2 kids, my mom and my dad. Everybody's going to be over there, so I'm hosting. It's going to be easy for me because I'm going to stay busy. But if you're not playing the host, that doesn't mean you just spend, 4 or 5 straight days with your head straight down on a phone getting drunk, playing games on your phone. Although that sounds like a damn good Christmas vacation to a lot of y'all watching this, that's not what I'm talking about. Sitting around doing something like that leads to a lot of FaceTime, which can lead to a lot of arguments, and that's the stuff we're gonna try to avoid. Now, I got a big wood pile out back. I'm constantly sending my 2 little elves, my 2 boys, out there to get some firewood and bring it back in. I got them shuffling all day long. I myself spend a lot of time just chopping wood out there at the wood pile. It just makes me feel good. It's nice and cold outside. This is what a man does during the wintertime. You understand? Now, I love traditions, and we got a basketball hoop where we go out there and we play horse. Now, we're putting in a little twist this year, which the twist is whoever loses in horse, we got like 7, 8 people out there, they got to go out into the lake and polar plunge. Now, some of these kids might sign up for it just to be funny, but that's going to be something 15, 20 years from now they're going to remember. You remember if you lost in a horse at Uncle Buddy's house, you had to go dip in the lake and it was like 32 degrees? I mean, that's just the kind of stuff that I just live for. But one of the biggest traditions in Mississippi that I love so much about my home state is the day after Christmas, every single man clears out of town and they go hunting. Brother-in-laws, granddads, uncles, the man of the house, everybody goes hunting. This lets the women calm down and just have 6 to 8 calm, quiet hours to themselves for probably the first time in about 3 or 4 weeks. We find it's awesome. They tell us to get the heck out of there. They're probably actually happy to see us leave. In my house, especially all the women, they like to go around, they drive around looking for Christmas lights. They drive around looking at the town, at how beautiful it is this time of year, which makes them feel great. And usually they make a happy birthday Jesus cake. We all blow out the candles at night. It's just a really cool thing, especially for the kids. And the men go out on the back porch and they make a big fire and they light up cigars. That's how we hang out. That's how we have good times. So all these traditions I look forward to. But the best part about Christmas, and this is something really important I wanted to put in this video, the very best part about Christmas is the part that everybody overlooks. It's that 5 minutes that you might be able to spend with a family member. It's that 5 minutes off to the side where you look back a couple months later and you're like, that was a really good talk. I got to have a great talk with my 16-year-old niece who lives in Atlanta, and she's just a sweetheart. I got to have a great talk with her in the car driving to Topgolf over Thanksgiving. That was just about 5 minutes where I hadn't really talked to her. She really hadn't talked to me, and my wife and I looked at her and goes, she's going to be a great girl. I mean, there's a lot of great things in this girl, and that was just really cool. I always tell the story about Christmas of 1992. I'm up in Wisconsin with my uncle, and he says, I'm making a beer run, which is, of course, the most Wisconsin thing you could ever hear in your entire life. He goes, buddy, do you want to go? Yeah, I climb in there with my uncle. I don't even remember what we talked about, but it was quality time in Wisconsin making a beer run with my uncle on Christmas of '92. And that's about one of the best times we've ever had together, to come to think of it. But look, something that small can make a big difference. So don't put pressure on yourself. Men, your women are going to do that for you anyways. Ladies, it does not have to be perfect. Actually, the fact that you've held it together at all in 2023 when the whole world and society seems to be falling apart is actually pretty amazing. So applaud yourself on that. Give yourself some credit. Last thing I want to say, because we've covered just expectations and emotions and pressure and all that kind of stuff, last thing I'd say to you is, if you can, schedule about 24 hours before you return back home and you go to work. That way you get home on Saturday, you have Sunday to just chill, you're back to work on Monday, whenever that is after Christmas break. If you don't have that time to reset, you just went straight from Christmas, which is supposed to be relaxing, straight to work. I'm back at it, I got my head down, and I never feel like I got to breathe. Well, then you're just gonna go into 2024 just pissed off and stressed out already, and that's starting on a bad foot. So try to, if you can, schedule just at least 24 hours between the whole Christmas crowd and back to work crowd, so that you can remember who the heck you are, what you want to do, breathe, and reset. And these are just some of the things that I wish I'd have known 10 years ago. Trying to get better at it, but I wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope y'all are doing great. Appreciate you so much for being part of this family, and I look forward so much to what we're going to do next year. We're just trying to get to the heart of things more and more. It's not all about politics. I'm going to bring some more music into everything. I appreciate y'all giving me a year off. I just needed to let music breathe for a year, and I'm starting to fall in love with just playing the guitar again and writing, so it's going to be a really good thing. God bless y'all. Be good.